TV company All Russia presents The Land of Vologda. God is with us, are singing these Russian children from Vologda. Faith and love, honor and holiness are coming back to Russia. The ruined walls of monasteries and cathedrals are being restored. But most importantly, the people have the willingness to live and create, to think about the future of Russia, of the land of Vologda, of their motherland. Where would you like to live? At home, in Russia. Russia for this boy means Vologda, the oldest originally Russian territory. This is the footmark of Holy Kirill, who, as legend has it, lived here in the 14th century. When Kirill received a message from above to find for himself a place for his monk food, he discovered the site where he built a chapel on whose place now rests the Kirillo-Belozersky monastery. Pilgrims from the whole of Russia used to come here, Tsars and their spouses among them. The Tsar Vasily III prayed to Kirill to send him an heir to the throne, and there he was born, later to be named Ivan the Terrible, who himself frequently came here to pay tribute to this holy place. In the past, it used to be one of the largest spiritual and cultural centers of the Russian Orthodoxy. Not far from there is another wonderful place, the Ferapontov Monastery, that is just as old. The only mural paintings that remained of the works of the great Russian master Dionysi have survived here. Dionysi left the Tsar's court in Moscow to settle down here in the 15th century. The works of his art are seen by the Russian people as objects of sacred worship. In 1998, the museum is going to celebrate the 500th anniversary of Dionysi's murals. This is a unique Russian town of Tochma, situated in the Sukhona River, which is unique for the fact that the direction of its current changes twice a year. The site of this town, that was devastated by the Tatars, has changed twice. It's a famous center of smithery and shipbuilding. The Museum of Local Lore has unique exhibits. The wooden sculptures, traditional for the north of Russia, that were banned in 1723 by the Holy Synod. The Museum of Seafarers. Peter the Great visited Totma not infrequently. And this is the Museum of the legendary Kuskov, the explorer of Alaska and the Northern California, whose frigate Three Saints discovered Russian America. Americans themselves call it Fort Ross. That is exactly why Tochma is believed to be the metropolis of the Russian America. One cannot leave unnoticed the famous Russian-flavored vodka. It's made at this private distillery owned by Mr. Tolokonnikov, according to the ancient Russian recipes. The secret is simple: natural berries, no additives. Here is the owner, Vladimir Tolokonnikov himself. No one will help us if we don't help ourselves. We realized this and set up this unique distillery where we make vodka according to the ancient local recipes. 7 kinds of vodka is the marketing mix of the distillery, where the staff of 15 produce over 100,000 liters of this exclusive drink. The people of Vologda have love and respect for traditions. They like to rinse their washing in the river like their ancestors used to do. They say that it gives the linen a special feel. The Vologda lace, poems and songs were written about it. It won international prizes. It used to be worn by the Russian beauties, which made the Vologda lace makers famous everywhere. While during the Second World War there were 40,000 lace makers in Vologda, now there are only 2,000 of them, and the craft of lace making is 200 years old. Traditional folk crafts is an important part of the national culture. Nowadays, anything can be imported from abroad, Mars bars and computers, but not the Russian spirit. The director of the factory, Viktor Kornakov, is very concerned about it. And this is what the governor of the Vologda area, Vyacheslav Pozgalyov, thinks. In the present time of trial, which is manifested by the fall of productivity in the country, the Vologda area has lost only 24% of the pre-perestroika volume. It's not bad at all compared to the all-Russia figure of 50%. I explain it, first of all, by the dedication of the workers and managers. My feeling is that here in Vologda we still have a lot to contribute to the national economy. But the main source of wealth is the people, these real Russian men, the masters of their land. It's they who Russia rests on. I like the work I'm doing. I live the way I like. They're very smart. They have the intellect of monkeys. Really clever and also vindictive. If you walk near a ram during their mating season, he can get jealous and kick you. Has one ever kicked you? One did, so that I flew 5 meters away. What did he punish you for? I stroked his girlfriend as I was passing by. I've only got my wife with me now. The 2 daughters have married and left home. I'm already a grandfather. I'm used to working. I work even on Sundays. When I don't work, I fall sick. One has to work every day, not to exhaustion, of course. The iron and steel works Severstal in Cherepovets is one of the biggest in Russia. It's the 14th largest in the world producer of metal and steel. And this is Metcombank, one of the most reliable banks in Russia. It has its branches in 6 cities, including Moscow. The clients of the bank, of whom there are 100,000, ensure its reliability. Speaks the chairman of the bank, Sergei Klobukov. We've got more than 100,000 clients in Cherepovets and in the whole of the Vologda area. We are in control of the main local financial transactions. Now, Severstal contributes 70% of the local budget. Most of the money turnover in the area goes through Metcombank. New Russians, who are they? These 30-year-olds who have a clear idea of what they want and where they're going, so that their country becomes prosperous. Speaks one of the youngest company directors in Russia, the 30-year-old Alexei Mordashov, who is Director General of Severstal. We work such late hours not because we think it's the best way, but because the situation demands it. Now it's the time of transition. We have to survive in those difficult conditions and to expand. I'm sure we've got all we need for this. This very plant that was built before we came here. We can achieve brilliant results. We are not worse than any other Western plant, of course. We need various technical innovations and just a few years to go. The construction of new houses is underway. The people of modern Russia want to live well and comfortably, and they surely will. We are simply doomed to live better. One has to know the history of Russia. There have always been ups and downs, ups and downs. In the Vologda area, things got stabilized a year ago, and now we are going uphill, like the rest of Russia. The city is falling asleep to wake up tomorrow to meet the new day that will be full of new plans and projects, because the land of Vologda is rich in people who have faith to pursue their cause, to work creatively so that the sun rises over the new Russia. Where would you like to live? At home in Russia.
Его жизнь похожа на гонки. Гонки на выживание, где риск, скорость, падения и взлеты, но нет страха. Есть только цель – финиш. Ради этого рискуешь собой, чтобы доказать себе и другим. Я могу, я должен, я обязан дойти. Фильм о известном бизнесмене Сергее Лисовском в новом качестве кандидата в депутаты Государственной Думы смотрите на нашем канале.